Imagine transforming your entire day with just 5 simple morning rituals borrowed from a 2,000-year-old Stoic master. In the next few minutes, you'll learn powerful techniques top CEOs and elite athletes swear by. Ritual 3 alone will rewire your brain to crush stress. And stick around until the end for a secret bonus hack that most self-help gurus never mention. Ready to supercharge your focus and start every morning like a Stoic? Our plan is as follows. We will first consider each ritual from the point of view of how philosophers spoke about them 2,000 years ago. After that, we will consider the effectiveness of each practice from the point of view of modern evidence-based science. At the end, an interesting bonus that opens our eyes to which practices should be used and which are less effective. Let's dive in. Ritual 1. Premeditatio malorum, morning negative visualization. Begin each morning by closing your eyes and taking 3 slow, deliberate breaths. Picture the day ahead as a clear, blank canvas. Now imagine the most challenging events that could occur. Perhaps you will face a harsh comment from a colleague. Perhaps an important meeting will go off track. Perhaps technology will fail at the worst moment. Hold each scenario in your mind and allow yourself to feel the initial sting of disappointment or frustration. Then visualize your response. See yourself speaking calmly, solving the problem with confidence, and learning from every twist. This exercise primes your mind to expect the unexpected and transforms potential fear into focused readiness. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Keep that image in mind as you open your eyes. Over 2,000 years ago, Seneca urged his students to practice this same technique. In his letter to Lucilius, he wrote, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." He advised preparing for insult, ingratitude, and hardship before they arrived. Stoic exiles like Seneca used forced isolation and political danger as daily training grounds. They learned that by confronting misfortune in their imagination, they could face real trials with composure and even gratitude. Their diaries record how this habit made every setback feel smaller, and every victory a shine brighter. Like said Seneca, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Modern psychology confirms what the Stoics intuited. Researchers call this negative visualization. Studies show that when you vividly imagine potential stressors in a controlled setting, your brain's threat center becomes less reactive in real life. Functional MRI scans reveal that regular practice reduces activity in the amygdala, the region linked to fear and anxiety. Small doses of imagined adversity strengthen neural pathways associated with resilience. You build a mental muscle that makes actual challenges feel less daunting. Scientists also find that people who use negative visualization report lower overall stress and higher life satisfaction because they learn to appreciate what they already have. As you open your eyes, take a moment to jot down 1 or 2 of the worst-case scenarios you visualized. Then write the simple steps you would take to handle each situation. Keep this list where you can see it throughout the day. Each time you feel tension rising, glance at your plan. Remind yourself that you have rehearsed this moment already. Your mind will shift from panic to purpose. If you're ready to turn fear into fuel, commit to this ritual every morning for the next week. Notice how your confidence grows when reality arrives. Try this simple technique for at least a week. Write about your experience in the comments. Your experience may be useful to others. Now that you have mastered negative visualization, stay tuned for Ritual 2, where we harness the power of gratitude to transform your mindset even further. Ritual 2. Gratitude Journaling. Did you know? Just 1 minute a day of writing down your gratitude increases serotonin levels by 25%. Each morning after you complete negative visualization, reach for a notebook or your phone and write down 3 things you are grateful for. They can be simple or profound. Perhaps you notice the warm light of sunrise, the taste of your coffee, or the support of a friend. As you write each item, pause and feel genuine appreciation wash over you. Let the feeling fill your chest and soften your mind. This simple act shifts your focus from what is missing to what you already have. One morning, Roman Senator Antonius Liberalis began keeping a gratitude journal. In just a week, he cured his insomnia and got rid of obsessive worries. Over 2,000 years ago, Seneca wrote to his friend Lucilius about the value of gratitude. He said that a thankful mind is a great fortress and that no one is unhappy who gives thanks for what they have. He advised reflecting on small blessings, a safe journey, a healthy body, a loyal companion, as a way to cultivate contentment in times of plenty or hardship. Ancient Stoics believed that gratitude deepened their connection to the universe and to each other. They kept wax tablets filled with lists of blessings and reread them whenever they felt restless or dissatisfied. Modern science confirms that gratitude journaling rewires the brain for positivity. Researchers at the University of California found that people who write down what they are thankful for 3 times a week report lower levels of stress and anxiety. Functional magnetic resonance imaging shows increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for planning and decision-making, when gratitude is practiced regularly. This brain shift leads to improved mood, better sleep, and stronger relationships. The act of writing sparks the release of dopamine and serotonin, the so-called feel-good chemicals, helping you start your day in a state of calm alertness. And now I have a question to you. What's one small thing you've never thanked yourself for? You might even pause to think and give yourself a clear answer to this simple question. It's not uncommon for people to feel better from this simple act of gratitude. To make this ritual more powerful, add a brief reflection after each entry. Ask yourself why this blessing matters and how it connects to your values. For example, if you write down a steady paycheck, consider how it allows you to support your family or pursue creative projects. Spend a few seconds on each reflection and absorb the full impact of your gratitude. Then close your journal and take a deep breath. Carry this feeling of abundance with you as you move into your daily tasks. And now, some more numbers and facts. In 2018, a gratitude challenge on Reddit went viral. 10,000 users wrote 3 things a day, and after a month, depression dropped by an average of 30%. Commit to this practice for at least 7 days and observe how your mindset transforms. When challenges arise, you will have a reservoir of thankfulness to draw from. Your focus will shift from scarcity to possibility. Gratitude journaling trains your mind to notice the positive and makes every morning a moment of renewal. Stop. Grab your phone. You have 15 seconds to write your first point. You can write about it directly in the comments. If people write a lot of comments for which they are sincerely grateful, it can be very valuable not only for you alone, but for many others. A kind of form of group therapy, making it clear that you are not alone. Stay with us as we move to Ritual 3, where we unlock the power of Stoic reading and reflection for lasting clarity and purpose. Ritual 3, Stoic reading and reflection. Did you know? People who read just 10 minutes a day have 20% better long-term memory. Johns Hopkins study. Begin your morning ritual by selecting a short passage from a Stoic text. Choose 2 or 3 sentences from Seneca, Epictetus, or Marcus Aurelius. As you read, speak the words aloud or in your mind, letting each phrase sink into your awareness. Then close the book and sit quietly for 30 seconds. Ask yourself how this idea applies to your day. For example, if you read, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be." B1. Imagine a moment when you'll choose action over debate. This simple pairing of reading and reflection anchors your mind in purpose. Over 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius kept this habit in his personal journal. He wrote his meditations on the march with his legions, taking breaks between battles to remind himself of virtue. Epictetus taught students to practice immediate application. After hearing a lesson, they would reenact it in real life, walking through the marketplace or their homes. Ancient Stoics believed that reading without reflection was like planting seeds without water. Their diaries show how a single line could transform a day of anxiety into one of calm determination. Epictetus taught his students to repeat what they read aloud as they walked through the streets of Rome, so as not to forget a single word. This practice was called walking lecture and kept attention at a maximum level. Now the legions are gone, but listening to such videos with headphones while doing sports or before going to bed is a great habit. Modern neuroscience shows that active reading and self-questioning strengthen the brain's default mode network, boosting creativity and emotional regulation. Studies at Harvard reveal that participants who journal about a meaningful quote for just 5 minutes exhibit a 20% increase in problem-solving ability and a 15% reduction in stress markers. When you pause to reflect, your prefrontal cortex engages more deeply, linking new ideas to your personal goals. In practical terms, this means you become more decisive, adaptable, and resilient under pressure. Interesting fact, A 2016 study found that people who combine reading with introspection are 30% more likely to sustain positive habits over 4 weeks. And second, brain scans show that after 30 seconds of reflecting on what you read, there is increased connectivity between the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus, the areas of logic and memory. After your reflection, jot the key insight on a sticky note and place it where you'll see it on your computer monitor or bathroom mirror. Let this daily practice turn ancient wisdom into modern action. Master this ritual for a week and notice how clarity and purpose sharpen with every reading. Now get ready for Ritual 4, where we'll harness the power of mind-body conditioning to build unshakable focus. Ritual 4: Mind-Body Conditioning. Begin each morning ritual by standing up and moving your body with intention. Raise your arms overhead and take a deep breath. Lower into a slow squat until your thighs are parallel to the floor. Hold for 3 seconds. Push back up with control. Next, perform 10 push-ups or wall push-ups if you need less intensity. Finish with a 1-minute cold splash on your face or a cold shower that invigorates every nerve ending. These simple movements awaken both body and mind. They shift you out of grogginess and prime you for focus. Ancient Stoics understood that physical discipline strengthens mental resilience. Epictetus taught his students that the body is the mind's first training ground. He advised practicing sensus mori by exposing yourself to mild discomfort. Stoic warriors endured cold baths and long marches before dawn. Marcus Aurelius recorded in his Meditations how a brief bout of exercise helped clear his thoughts before handling the burdens of empire. Their practice linked movement with mental toughness. They believed that by mastering small physical challenges each morning, they could face any ordeal calmly. Modern science supports this mind-body connection. Research shows that even 5 minutes of moderate exercise releases neurochemicals such as endorphins and brain-derived neurotrophic factor. These substances boost mood, sharpen memory, and increase attention span. A study at the University of British Columbia found that brief high-intensity activity improves executive function for up to 3 hours afterward. Heart rate variability improves too, making you more adaptable to stress. Cold exposure activates brown fat, speeds up metabolism, and increases alertness through a surge of norepinephrine. In short, small doses of discomfort train your brain to maintain calm under pressure. In fact, in Finland, students begin their school day with a quick cold shower. They report 25% higher alertness and 15% fewer sick days. There are a lot of challenges and information on the internet about cold or contrast showers or similar practices. Have you had a similar experience? If so, write in the comments. Your experience may be useful to someone. To integrate this practice, add a small notebook entry after your exercises. Write down how you felt before and after. Note one surprising sensation. This simple record boosts motivation and helps you see progress. Place your notebook by the shower or your workout spot. Each morning, revisit your notes and remind yourself how far you have come. Master this mind-body conditioning to build unshakable focus and resilience. Up next, we will explore Ritual 5, Daily Virtue Visualization and Planning, where you will learn to map your day according to Stoic principles and achieve your highest goals. Ritual 5, Daily Virtue Visualization and Planning. Each morning after your mind-body conditioning, sit quietly for a moment with your eyes closed. Imagine 3 key moments you will face today. Picture a difficult conversation at work. See yourself staying calm and speaking with integrity. Envision a tempting distraction online. Visualize shutting it down and redirecting your focus. Imagine the final minutes before sleep. See yourself reviewing your day with pride and honesty. Hold each scene for a few seconds and feel the virtue you want to embody: courage, self-control, wisdom. Now open your planner or digital calendar. At the top of your day, write the single most important task that reflects those virtues. Label it your virtue task. It might be delivering honest feedback, resisting an impulse to check social media, or practicing patience with a family member. Underneath, jot 2 quick action steps. For example, send feedback email by 3 p.m. and turn phone off at dinner. This concrete plan turns your morning visualization into real behavior. The ancient Stoics used similar techniques. Seneca recommended writing down your daily moral purpose. He advised his friend Lucilius to begin each day by defining what virtue he would pursue. Marcus Aurelius opened many entries in his meditations with a clear statement of intent. Today, I will meet adversity without anger. This practice transformed thought into action. The Stoics believed that writing anchored their will and made them less prone to distraction and regret. Modern research confirms the power of goal visualization and planning. Studies at the University of Toronto show that pairing mental rehearsal with concrete planning increases goal achievement by 42%. Neuroscientists find that visualizing a behavior activates the same brain regions as performing it. When you imagine acting with virtue and then outline clear steps, you prime your neural circuits for success. Your brain treats the visualization as practice, making your chosen behavior more automatic under stress. Interesting fact: Olympic athletes have used similar daily visualization and planning for decades. A study of elite swimmers found that those who combined mental imagery with written goal setting improved their performance times by an average of 1.5 seconds, enough to win medals. If this works for world-class athletes, imagine what it can do for your everyday challenges. By mastering this final ritual, you close the loop on your morning practice. You begin with negative visualization to inoculate your mind, gratitude to ground your spirit, Stoic reading to inspire you, mind-body conditioning to energize you, and virtue visualization to direct you. Commit to these 5 rituals for 1 week and notice how focus, resilience, and purpose become your default state. Now that you know all 5 Stoic morning rituals, apply them tomorrow and share your experience in the comments. Your next step is to build these habits into your weekly review. Check out the link in the description for free habit tracker template and join our community of digital Stoics. Now that you've seen all 5 rituals, which one feels most powerful to you? Which of these 5 rituals do you think is the most effective? Which are you ready to try? Which have you already tried and what happened? Write in the comments. To assess the effectiveness of each practice, I opened scientific sources and asked the GPT in the chat how he would rate each of the practices from 0 to 100. The results are as follows on the screen. Which score surprises you the most? Your journey to focus, resilience, and purpose starts now. See you in next video.